Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting and informative things that are happening right here in this community, and today will be no different. I have a very good friend, Kevin Fernandez, who is all over this community doing lots and lots of great things, particularly in the area of financial management, and we can never get too much information about to handle money in this day and age. Kevin Fernandez joins me once again on the broadcast. Welcome back, Kevin.
Thank you for having me, Kenny.
You know, you've been here before. You're kind of a regular on the show because you come by from time to time sharing great information. It's really always good to have you.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Now, you are the owner of Fernandez Financial Group, LLC, a relatively new company in the community. Tell us about that company.
Yeah, so I've been in the business, insurance financial services business, since 2011, but I started with New York Life, the life insurance company. Got a lot of great training there, a lot of mentorship, and this past November I decided to go on my own, still have a good relationship and a contract with New York Life, but now I'm under Fernandez Financial Group, which is its own separate entity, and just building a brand for myself in the community, and the support has been unbelievable, so I'm just loving it.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I like to do with people is I could easily have them come on and say, here's what I'm doing, and here's what we want you to, how we want you to connect with me. But really, I love hearing the backstory about how these things happen, because I realize lots of people are watching, and like you, I know that you talk to lots of people, and part of that conversation is sometimes, you know, well, how do I maintain success? What books should I read? What direction should I take in terms of my educational path? And so, you know, you're in a business. You're relatively secure because you had a chief partner. I mean, that's part of your backstory as well. Right. You're working in the Chattanooga office. You're recently married. You got all these things going on, and then you decide, I'm going to start my own business. How does that happen?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a big move because, like you said, after 3 years of being with New York Life, I became a partner, and they asked me to go to Chattanooga to run our sales office. And
You've been working very hard to do that. I mean, you know, obviously people, I think, understand that partner means something significant, but I watched you. I mean, I was here in Huntsville, and I'd see you grinding and getting it done, and I mean, you were investing a lot of hours, a lot of time in that process.
Yeah, and you know, Kenny, what I realized was that when I started, I wanted to become a partner, and I didn't even think of why I wanted to become a partner. You know, I just thought, you know, the title sounds good. It's a good goal to shoot for, to strive for. I never sat back and think, will I be good in this role? What does the role even entail? I just say, you know what, it would be nice to have a partner role next to my name on a business card. It will sound nice. And once I achieved it, I realized, you know, that role was not a good fit for me. But like you said, I got married a year and a half ago, a little over a year and a half ago. I was used to the salary from a corporate position with a strong company like that I got comfortable. And so when I decided, you know what, this is not for me, it was because I went through a seminar, and in the seminar they asked me to write down what I wanted my life to look like if I could have everything the way I wanted it. So I did, and after I wrote everything down, they asked, okay, so now that you have your ideal life on paper, can you see yourself living that life based on your current position? Can you achieve those things if you stay where you are? And the answer to that was no. It was a no. That was back in July, at the end of July of last year. I got excited about making the change. I got scared. I didn't make the change. I went through the same seminar in October. Same question again. I wrote everything down. I'm like, oh man, this time it's painful because it's the second time I have to go over this, and I didn't make a change. So I'm like, here we go again. But this time around, I spoke with my wife again, and we made the decision, you know what, it's time. We're going to do it. And everything has been smooth. I mean, it hasn't been easy. It's been a lot of hard work and all that. But, you know, when I decided to go on my own was because the things that I wanted for my life require freedom, require flexibility, require me to be 100% in charge. I needed to be 100% in charge of my schedule, in charge of my time, in charge of how much money I could generate. And it's hard to do that if you're having to respond to somebody else.
Yeah. And you're, of course, a part of that millennial generation. We actually do a show on my radio show called The Millennials, where you're featured on there from time to time. And it's always fascinating to me when I talk to people of your generation, because there are a lot of them who think the way you do. It's like, I'm not going to take the traditional pathway of, working 20, 25, 30 years at a particular company to get a gold watch and retirement party. And everybody says, well wishes, and they kind of see off into the sunset or into your next job.
Right.
You're kind of a part of a generation that really is making moves now. You have clear goals and direction, and certainly the level of passion and ambition that goes into getting results is a part of what you experience every day. And you're in this community now doing that. You're demonstrating that every day. You're having a variety of different workshops and seminars that's part of your commitment to the financial literacy of the community. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so twice a month, we do a lunch and learn, we do an evening seminar, and workshops, basically talk about retirement planning, tax strategies, because what I have found out by working with all my clients over this past 6 years is that a lot of people are making decisions based on old information, and you can't win if you're playing the game by the old rules, by old information. So what I'm committed to doing is bringing this new updated information and getting it in front of people. Now, and there's no cost to attend these workshops. It's absolutely free. We even provide the lunch at a lunch and learn at no cost. In the evening, we provide hors d'oeuvres and all that. But it's all about educating clients now, educating people. If they find value, and most of them do, and they want to come to me one-on-one with me to do business with me at Fernandez Financial Group, then that's ideal. But worst case scenario, they have the information that they have in order to succeed financially, whether they do it on their own or they come to work with me to have me help them.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing to do. You do this at no charge to the community. You provide these substantive and meaningful opportunities for people in the community to come and learn things that are going to impact their lives. And of course, the city of Huntsville is a growing city. It's a very progressive city in a lot of ways. And this is, I think, a very timely kind of thing that's going on to be able to share with people, because as the economy recovers and people have more money available, they're going to want to have answers. Right. The same challenges that my generation have faced with regards to retirement planning and insurance needs have to still be assessed in light of that person's situation. And so we're talking about questions about family, and we're talking about questions about aging parents, and all of these kinds of things that people have questions about that you're certainly available to respond to.
Absolutely. And Kenny, things are very, very different nowadays. There's still people that have pensions that are old, but the majority of companies are not offering pensions anymore. So even if somebody wanted to work for the same company for the next 20, 30, 40 years and retire from that company, they're not going to get that gold watch and that pension, that check for the rest of their life, right? It just doesn't work that way anymore. Corporate America decided to make a change because of the cost of benefits and the way things are. And now I'm responsible for saving for my retirement. You're responsible. Everybody's responsible for their own retirement. They're not going to get that same paycheck for the rest of their life. Social Security is still there. We don't know what the strength of Social Security, what capacity that's going to play 20, 30, 40 years from now. So I think on the millennials part, I think millennials have seen a lot of their parents and grandparents work for a company for a long, long time and not be well off financially. And so at the end of the day, it's like, if you can have bad results financially working for somebody else, might as well give it a shot working for myself. If it ends up bad, at least I did it on my own terms and working for myself,
That's not a bad way to think about it, for sure. I wonder, are the financial challenges that people face today much different than, say, a generation or so ago with regards to, we still have challenges as far as people becoming unemployed, or people, like I said, having health issues, and maybe that impacting their ability, their life cycle as far as their work is concerned. Educational needs, we know tuition costs are going up. And you've got all these different mechanisms out there that people have to deal with, and you have all these choices out there as well. I wonder, number one, have those challenges changed very much? And then with the kind of a la carte of financial options out there, what's the best mechanism for people to really get a handle on these things?
You know, Kenny, like you said, I mean, there's so many things, right? And the most important thing for anybody to do at any given time is to revisit their goals, whether it's this the first time you're sitting down and realizing what your financial goals are, or you've been putting money away for 5-10 years. You always have to revisit because things change. So planning for college, yes, it's growing. The cost of college is going up tremendously. You know, college, where I went to college in 2006, it was about $25,000 a year. By 2011, it was about $31,000 a year. So that's a $6,000 increase in the rates just in a 5-year period.
Yeah.
You know, for retirees and people that are near retirement, people are living longer than ever. Life expectancy is much longer now. It used to be that people retire 65, by 75, that was life expectancy. Now life expectancy is more like 85, and people are living to 90, 95, 100.
Yeah.
So somebody could be retired as many years as they worked, you know, and if they don't have enough assets, then they're in a bad position. You know, that's why, I mean, you see elderly people greeting you at Walmart. You know, it's heartbreaking because they may love people, but they're probably not there because they want to be there. You know, they have to be there. It's just Social Security is not enough, and they didn't have enough money running out. They did a survey that they asked retirees what was their number one concern, their number one fear, and it was running out of money. They were more scared of that than death. So,
wow.
And I can imagine, because imagine if I'm 70 years old and I'm healthy, I feel good, I'm like, man, I got another 20 in me. And I have $100,000 saved up, if that, because the majority of people don't even have that.
Yeah.
I'll be scared too.
Yeah.
I'll be scared too.
Yeah, because you still have the same mandate to live if you have life. So you
And
have
things keep rising. Inflation goes up at an average of 3% a year over long term. So $10,000 of, let's say, groceries this year are not going to go that far 10, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure you've noticed that. You know, we used to go to a grocery store with $100 and walk out with a full bag. Now you go $100, you can get like 2 bags. You know, it's crazy.
Right. Yeah, and if you want to eat healthy, it's going to be even less.
Absolutely.
Like a little paper bag or something.
That's exactly right.
That you walk out with. So,
that's exactly right.
Kevin, I'm always fascinated talking with you because you have so much great information, and there's always so little time to be able to share it. But again, I know that you're engaged in the community, you're building relationships, you're connecting people, you are motivating and inspiring people all over the community through your seminars and workshops that are free to the public. Once again, tell people how they can reach out to you to get more information about your services.
Yeah, so easiest way right now is our Facebook page at Fernandez Financial Group. We post everything about our events there. We're consistently responding to messages, and my goal is to have, whether it's me or my assistant, get back with someone within an hour. But definitely that same day. So they can reach out through our Facebook business page. If not, they can call our office, 256-517-5962. And just give us a call. We'll be glad to answer any questions that they may have.
Kevin, it's always good to talk to you. It's always good to get all this great information.
I appreciate you having me, Kenny.
All right. We hope that you enjoyed all the great information that Kevin Fernandez had to share today. Kevin is the owner of Fernandez Financial Group, LLC, and he's always willing to talk to you about great information. And again, free seminars twice a month, one at a lunch and learn, the other one in the evening. So he's trying to accommodate as many people as he can to be able to provide this very, very important information for you. If you've enjoyed the video that you just watched, you can also see a copy of it on our Facebook page, which is Impact with Kenny Anderson. And you can also see some behind-the-scenes shots of what happens once the camera stops rolling. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. Have a great day.